So drums are in, drums are good. Multiple patterns, I, A, B, O, 4 levels. Bass is in, 3 bass patterns. There's nothing in the intro. So I have I, A, B, O, intro, A section, B section, outro with drums and bass. And now I want to think about chords. Now, if you don't have a background in theory, that's fine. If you read the material in the course, you'll know that I've given you all of these things called color scales. All of them have to do with the white keys on the piano, so you don't even have to mess with the black ones. It's really easy to figure out. We happen to be in the color scale blue for the note D. And those notes that belong are D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. When you build the chords, you get things like D, F, A, D minor, E, G, B, E minor, etc. And if you don't know the names of the things, that's okay. You can just put your fingers on one note. Here, let me go over to this sound. So I have this preset called Stevie Wow. It's obviously meant to be something of a Stevie Wonder. We're going to go through and do the exact same thing we did with the bass, which is that I'm going to use the drums or even the bass. And in fact, I think I used the bass to create the chords. Now this is the result of my work. Let's listen to it first, and then I'll show you how I got here. Yeah, pretty cool. I like it. We're going to run with it. Now, if you look at the bass, it's D, D, C, D, 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 F, D. And when I brought it over here, I had much the exact same thing, except I didn't like the timing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this clip. I'm going to move it up here, and I'm going to reproduce this for you live. So I'm going to take this bass part and bring it over here, and now you get this. Do you hear any difference? Because I don't. And that's because this is way too low for this instrument. Listen to how low this is. I mean, it sounds terrible down there. So the first thing you want to do is select all, and that's Command A. Shift Command up arrow moves everything up an octave. Still too low. Go up one more. It's making that noise because I have this on. That's better. At least I can hear it now. These notes are the leftover drum parts from when we made the bass. We'll get rid of those. And now what you're going to do is you're going to, or at least what I'm going to do, is I'm going to turn these into chords. I literally can just click in to every other white note. So here's a white note, skip the black. There's a white note, skip it, boom. So I have number 1, skip 2, 3, skip 4, 5. And now I have a D minor chord. I'm going to do the exact same thing here and then do the exact same thing here. So it's C, skip the white, E, skip F, G, and then this is going to be D, F, A again. Now you can hear how the chords and the bass and the drums are starting to shape up together, but I like to use the bass and drums and the chords in a way where the space gets filled. This is a lot of space, and I have already kick and drums and bass happening here, but I really don't have much happening here. And if you listen, what's happening in there? There's one snare. So I'm already hitting the kick with the bass. Maybe I can hit the snare with the chords. And I think it's going to be here. No, it's one more. So you can see how it's starting to take shape. I'm going to do this over here again. So it's starting to have a bit of a reggae feel, which is something I kind of like. The 2/4 beat is kick on the 1 and the 3, snare on the 2 and the 4. And so now I have the bass playing with the kick on the 1, and I have the chords playing with the snare on the 2. In my head, I heard this one going longer. So I'll extend it, and now something like that. Now you get this. Now you can already sort of hear how the rest of this progression is going to fill in. Some notes I kept, some notes I dropped, some notes got longer, some notes got shorter, and the results, I'm just going to get rid of this one now that you see how I put it together. And it looks like this. So I obviously doubled up these two. I made this one longer. So now there's even a pattern where every last chord is long. So I've got everything short in between. I'm not hitting the downbeat here. I'm not hitting the downbeat here. And I'm not hitting the downbeat here. So this is one of those cases where I'm looking for the space. Where's the space? And for me, the space was where the snare was hitting. There was nothing there. So I'm going to take these keys and I'm going to fill them in where the snares are. That's it. It's that simple. I know I'm in blue. I know what my chords are. Don't even have to think about it. I can just click every other white note and fill it in. Again, here's, if I zoom in just to make this even easier, there's a white note. Skip this white note, play this white note. Skip this white note, play this white note. Boom, chord. Here's where I am right now.